Greetings, YouTube. Today I'm going to link to a December 11th blog post. I'm not actually going to link directly to the news article on Huffington Post because the article has an annoying autoplay video, but there's a link in this posting, so if you'd like to go look at it, you can. It deals with a GOP consultant, a man that had been hired by Mitt Romney and John McCain to do data gathering for their campaign efforts. And this is what happened when he was in a room full of reporters. I'm just going to read what happened. Republican campaign consultant Scott Tranter appeared on a panel Monday hosted by the Pew Center on the States to discuss the long lines and voter ID controversies that plagued the 2012 election. In his comment, Tranter seemed to imply that he believed these issues were helpful to Republicans and should be pursued for that reason. Following is a direct quote. "A lot of us are campaign officials or campaign professionals, and we want to do everything we can to help our side. Sometimes we think that's voter ID. Sometimes we think that's longer lines. Whatever it takes," Tranter said with a laugh. Now, some of you may be asking, well, why are you bringing this up? The campaign's over. Well, no, the campaign isn't over. The campaign is never over. The GOP is making a concerted effort to suppress the votes of Americans, to undermine the democratic process. Yes, there are those who desperately want to believe that voter ID laws are about transparency and about protecting us from voter fraud, a crime that has happened so rarely that it is meaningless in any election. And if they wish to bury their heads in the sand, I can't stop them. But for those of us who have eyes and ears, we're not fooled. We don't see the voter ID laws as anything other than what they are: ham-fisted attempts to undermine the democratic process and attempt to suppress U.S. votes, aimed specifically at the elderly, at the young, and at racial ethnic minorities. It really is that simple. It's not just about making IDs required. It's about reducing hours where IDs can be gotten. It's about reducing polling locations or registration locations. It's about putting as many hurdles as possible in the way of American voters, because every single progressive vote they can get off the ballots, the better off they are. And it's that simple. And the only cases of voter fraud that were actually found in the last election were done by GOP people registering votes, where they were undermining the democratic process on a huge scale, trying to get hundreds of Democrats knocked off the rolls. And yet, again and again, I am encountering conservatives that will have the temerity to look me straight in the eye and tell me that voter ID laws are about transparency and protecting the American voting system, when in actuality it's about the exact opposite. And at least here we have a GOP consultant that's being honest, and for that, at least, I applaud him.